Hey friends, I'm super excited to make this video for you. The Curious Refuge team reached out, asking me to make a project breakdown video. So here's a behind the scenes look on my AI film called The Strongest Man Who Ever Lived. This is an AI animated Bible story about the story of Samson.
There were 6 main steps that I followed to create my AI film. Step 1 was concept development. Step 2 was script writing. Step 3 was scene and shot lists. Step 4 was AI art creation. Step 5 was AI video generation. And step 6 was post-production. I used Midjourney to make 100% of my art. I used ChatGPT and some custom AI agents that I created as a production partner. And I used Kling and TuVideo as my main platforms for generating image to video.
And finally, my team put it all together in an editing software like Adobe After Effects, plus some upscaling in Topaz. Step 1. Picking a concept.
First, let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind this. So I discovered AI filmmaking in the very beginning of 2024. I was running a video creation company for about a few years now. I had a lot of clients, and I was really focused on providing a blue chip experience to my customers. In other words, I liked projects that challenged our creativity and enabled us to use the best technology to create awesome stuff.
And I had this one customer who really wanted to try something new and level up his videos even more. And of course, we ended up talking about AI animation and found this one new niche that was just starting to pop off, called AI animated Bible stories. From here, we set up a plan to start creating one AI film every month for the year of 2024. Every month we chose a new topic to bring to life. Fast forward to December of 2024, and we were working on the story of Samson.
So getting into it here, this is my Notion board. Now, I love to organize everything on Notion. It gave me a lot of flexibility for staying organized. So we can see right here that my customer sent me a message. He gave me a really great breakdown here of what Samson was supposed to look like, some of his achievements, what the story needed to focus around, and just a lot of key details.
Step 2. Script writing. Alright, when it comes to script writing, I have a team member that I like to work with in order to make some really high quality stories.
I work on a 3-draft system every single time. So this is our first draft right over here. And it came out pretty strong. But the whole point of this 3-draft system is so that I can easily refine our work to continue improving. And by the time that we get to draft 3, we have a perfect, polished script. So this right here is a 500-word script. We chose 500 words so that we could get the runtime around 3 to 4 minutes. From here, I sent the script over to Jacob. He did the voiceover.
Step 3. Shot lists and storyboarding.
So while he was doing the voiceover, I would start the shot list, the storyboards, and the art. Pretty much setting up the film, working on the initial character designs, and the foundations for our film. So this is my storyboards and art folder. This is pretty much where most of my files go. So right here, we have our shot lists. Now you can see here, I have a draft 1 and a draft 2. Now let me show you something really cool that's pretty unique to the way that I do things. All right, so this draft 1 right here, this entire shot list is AI generated using one of my own custom AI agents. Let me show you. So I'm going to pull up ChatGPT and I'm going to search for my Samson shot list really quick. I go to ChatGPT a lot and I basically treat it as my production partner. Now this was super, super easy. Basically, I created this custom agent right here, story to shot list automation agent. So this agent is designed for me to upload my script, and from there, the agent will do a few things. To start, we have phase 1. These are our key story details.
We can see here the agent gave me a word count estimation, as well as a list of characters plus locations based on the information it read from my script. This made for a pretty solid draft 1.
So I gave it some feedback here, and we came up with a draft 2.
Once we had a draft of the key story details that I liked, we moved on to phase 2, where the agent would turn my script into a scene list that was basically a bunch of one-liners that described the main events in my story. The first draft came out pretty clean, I gave it some feedback, and we got a really strong second draft. Then we moved on to phase 3. This is where the agent creates a shot list based on my scene list. I like simple and straightforward, so the agent gave me a one-liner for every shot that needed to be in my film. And the number of shots that it gave me is based on the word count estimation. So it made sure to give me enough shots that would cover most, if not all, of the art pieces that I needed to make for my film. But here's something to keep in mind. For most of 2024, I did this entirely by hand. I would sit down, open up a Google Doc, write out a scene list, and then write out shots in each scene. I would have to guess how many shots I would need, and the entire process took hours. As I got better with this process, I boiled it down to a science and trained this AI agent to help me go from script to shot list in under 10 minutes. So nowadays, all I need to do is copy paste my script, share it with the agent, and boom, I get a draft one shot list in under 10 minutes. Important to note, I am not using this as my final shot list.
This is simply a draft one. Now, some of these shots, I felt like they were good, and others of these, I really wanted to change. We came over here, copy pasted into draft two, and I modified the shot list to fit my vision.
Step 4, AI art creation. So in this step, I copy my shot list and create one new document. I call it the storyboard with Midjourney art. I paste my shot list in here, and it acts as a framework where I can upload images and organize my artwork. I spend the next 1 week creating art and uploading it to this page. Each day, my goal is to complete 2 scenes. Let's get into what that looks like. First, which AI art tool am I using to create all of my art? Personally, I love to use Midjourney. I think it's a really great blend between easy to use and advanced features like character consistency. So I create all of my art in the Discord version of Midjourney. And I've started to boil it down to a science. And using that science, I've trained another AI agent on how to help me create high quality prompts for my style of prompting in Midjourney. Now this agent helps me accomplish my goal of 2 scenes per day. I shared the scene that I wanted to work on next, and the agent created some draft 1 prompts for me to start with. At the beginning of production, it was important just to lay down a foundation for what my film was going to look like. Once we got to scene 3, I started training my main character's reference preset.
I like to make what I call a base character prompt. Now, this is basically a template that I fill in for any new characters that I create. So right here, we can see what that template is. Now, I use these placeholders right here that I can easily delete and fill in with my character's details. These first versions of Samson were created using my base character prompt. I always do about 3 facial images. I crop down all of the images to focus 100% on his face and use those for my character preset in Midjourney. We can see how Midjourney reacts to my CREF by literally just putting in one word. Looking at this versus this, I feel great about my result.
Step 5, creating video generations.
After I laid out all of my images for my film, I came back here to storyboards and I basically duplicated this page and turned it into the video generations page. So my 2 main video platforms are Kling AI and 2Video. And it's pretty cool because I could actually create using Luma and Minimax all from this one platform. I used Kling 1.6 plus a little bit of Runway, Luma, and Minimax. The Kling 1.6 carried most of the video generations in this project. When I say that I was using Runway, I was using this version right here. Now this is Gen 3 Turbo, so it's the same Runway video generation model. I don't have access to things like Runway Act 1 or advanced features that I wasn't really using anyways. Here's one of the videos. Now we can see here in the beginning, there's a lot of morphing going on in his mouth, wasn't really usable. But the key to AI video is that not every frame is usable. So while this first 4 seconds got completely cut, the last 6 seconds were really awesome. Now let's talk about Samson fighting the lion. If you're not super familiar with the story of Samson, he's basically killed a lion with his bare hand. So right here we have this standoff shot. And we generated multiple videos of the fight using Kling. Now, again, some of these frames are super usable and others are going to the trash can. So when it came to our scene of Samson fighting the lion, basically used multiple different clips from all three of these generations, plus a couple of impactful transitions to really give it that action feel. And on here, we have a cool shot of Samson winning over the lion. And check this out. This was probably one of my favorite clips. It was this introduction shot of Delilah where she's grabbing her hair. It was super smooth and gave me a really incredible output that I was excited to put into the film.
Step 6. Post-production. While uploading the video generations to the Notion page, I simultaneously had a team member named Bruno who was helping me with all of the video editing. So putting everything together with video generations inside of a video editing software plus upscaling took about 1 week for a first draft and a total of 2 weeks to get to a draft 3.
Most of you guys are already familiar with video editing software, so there's not a lot that I need to go over here. When it came to adding cuts, transitions, sound effects, and music, as always, we went through a 3-draft system to stitch together all of the clips, create some new ones as needed, and lock in the pacing for the film. Bruno also took care of upscaling all of the videos using Topaz to increase the quality and smoothness of our final film.
With all that being said, I hope that this video inspires you to create something awesome and shows you just how simple AI filmmaking can really be. And hey, if you have any questions, or maybe you want to know more about my agents, feel free to just send me a message here in the Curious Refuge Discord channel. My name is Exemplar, and if you click on my profile and click this link right here, you can find more information about my community, agents, and automated workflows, and tap into an extra network of AI creators who you can share your work with, ask for feedback, and ask questions. That being said, a huge thank you to the Curious Refuge team for reaching out about this project breakdown and share this information with you guys. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'm excited to see what you create.